Hey friends, what's up? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna, and if you're new here, then welcome, and if you're an oldie, welcome back. So I was browsing around on Ulta's website today at the new releases, and I seen this new palette by Tarte, and let me just tell you guys, this palette caught my attention, and I literally drove an hour away to pick up this palette, and I'm really surprised that it was in store because usually when stuff launches on Ulta's website, it can sometimes take a few days to get in store, but I seen this on there and I was like, I have to have this. This is the Tarte Unleash Your Inner Maneater eyeshadow palette. And you guys, like, I thought it was beautiful in the pictures, but when I seen it in person, I was in awe. And honestly, Tarte has become like one of my favorite high-end brands for eyeshadow. I feel like the quality, it just really doesn't let me down. Like even their Christmas collections, when they come out with the little palettes, like they're always really, really good. So here is what the packaging looks like. So it is a cheetah print and it's black. And then on the back, you just get gold, which I don't really like because as you can see, there's tons of fingerprints. So here is what the palette looks like. So you get a large mirror up at the top here, and then here are all the shades. Look how gorgeous. And in these shades right here, they have a cheetah print imprints. Also have the Tarte Full Bloom eyeshadow palette. That again is like one of my favorite palettes. I like that this one is a little bit smaller than that one. I'll go ahead and pull that one out so we can compare sizes. The Tarte Full Bloom, but again, it has that same gold packaging on the back, but here are size comparisons. So it definitely is quite a bit smaller. But it's already 5 o'clock at night and I haven't filmed a video in a while, so I figured I would sit down and create 2 looks with this palette. And also, I forgot to mention, but I got this free gift. You get the Shape Tape Glow Wand, the Maneater Mascara, and then the Hydrating Primer. And these are all super duper small. Like, I haven't ever seen products that are this small. Like, here is the little Shape Tape Wand, super tiny. Here is the mascara. And then you also get the primer. I'm going to take the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer to prime just one lid. So as always, I'm taking the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Powder just to set down the lid. So I literally just do a light layer just to make sure I don't get any creasing before we go in with the eyeshadow. So I'm thinking for looks, I might want to do like a more dark look on this side and then a softer look on this side. So I'm going to start with a small blending brush. This is the BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. And I'm going to take this shade right here, and this shade is called Alluring. For this look, we are going to be starting with our deepest shade, and I'm going to pack it right here on the outer V, and then we're going to start bringing it into the crease. So I am just going to go ahead and kind of stamp this just to build up the pigment. So I'm now going to take the shade right here called Passion. I'm using the same brush, and again, I'm just going to stamp this right above the last shade. So right now I do see some harshness, but we're going to go ahead and blend that out when we go back in with our deepest shade. But first, I really just want to lay all of our shades down. Now I am going to take a bit of a bigger fluffy brush. This is the BH Cosmetics Small Blending Brush. You guys, I'm just now noticing that this palette doesn't have a smell to it. Like usually all of Tarte's palettes that I've ever bought smell like vanilla and they smell really good, but this one doesn't. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this yellow matte shade, and this is called Desire. I'm just going to grab a little tiny bit. And now this is where I'm going to kind of start tapping, but also blending this out up here. I'm going to go back in with Alluring, which was the deepest shade we used. And again, I'm just going to stamp this, bring it back through the crease. So now my main focus is just going to be to make sure all the shades blend really nicely together. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, but right here, it looks really messy. Like it almost looks like I went in with a black shade, and I'm hoping that I didn't accidentally touch the black shade underneath, which I don't think I did, but it's just looking really, really messy. Okay, I'm going to go back into the yellow shade called Desire. I'm not going to worry about it being too perfect because we're going to go ahead and cut the crease anyway. Okay, you guys, so something is going on in my camera. It's acting up. The lens keeps getting foggy, like it's super humid in my room, but I'm taking a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. Okay, so I did my half cut crease. Now I'm going to take my finger. Always want to make sure you're doing this because if not, you're going to have a harsh line. What I'm going to do now is I'm going back in with the shades we used. I'm first going to start with Passion. Tap this right here along the edge of the cut crease. Then I'm going back in with Alluring. Okay, now I feel like this eye look is looking bomb. Like, at this point, I'm loving how it looks. Yeah, that looks really, really good. I'm excited for the shimmer shades as well. So for the shimmer, I'm going to take this flat brush. This is the BH number 9 brush. So let's go ahead and grab this shade right here, and this is called Wild Heart. And this is going to start going along the cut crease. I'm not getting anything at all with my brush. And again, like I always say in my videos, if I have to spray my brush to use a shimmer shade, then I don't want to use it. Okay, so it's applying like just okay with a brush. So I'm going to take this shade called Sensual. And this is going to go again right here in the center. Okay, now I think this shimmer shade picked up better than the last shade, but I'm getting tons of fallout. Just going to make sure I blend, you know, the mattes and the shimmers all together. We will do lashes and all that good stuff at the end, but let's go ahead and do the lower lash line quickly. I haven't been liking like a very bold lash line. I just feel like it makes my eyes look extremely small. I'm going to go back in with Passion, and I'm going to take the same BH number 8 brush we were using. I'm just going to run this right here. And I'm going to take the yellow shade Desire. And I think that's good for the lower lash line on this side. I'm going to go ahead and prime this eye, and then we're going to start working on look number 2. So if we're jumping into look number 2, again, like I said, I do want to do something a little bit softer this time. I'm going to start with this deep purple, and this one is called Moody. So I am going to switch brushes this time, and I'm going to take the BH number 12 brush. So it is a really, really small blending brush. We are going to start with our darkest shade. And so far, the pigment on all of these shades seems really good, especially the mattes. Just going to go ahead and deepen this up. Now I'm going to take this shade right here, and this shade is called Lust. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp Lust right above the last shade. Stamping literally right along the edge here. Sometimes I feel like when I immediately start blending, it's harder to blend it out versus tapping the next shade on. I'm going to take this shade right here, and I'm pretty sure it's called Enamored. I'm going to take this right up here. This is going to be our last transitional shade. I'm going to use this shade to blend everything out. So going in with Moody. And as I place this, I'm going to slowly start blending this upward. Now this is what's really going to help everything blend together a lot better. And with Lust, same thing, this time just blending. Okay guys, I think this looks really good so far. So I'm not going to cut the crease this time, just to keep things a little bit more simple. If you do want to cut the crease, you can go ahead and do that. So for a shimmer shade, I'm first going to start with this shade, and this is called Feline Myself. Okay, so I'm trying this on the same flat brush we used on the other side. This is a very, very pretty shade. It's kind of like a pinkish, orangish shade. And then I'm also going to grab this shimmer shade, and this is called On the Prowl. And this is going to go right here next to the last shimmer shade. Okay, now this shimmer shade picked up so well. So that just makes me curious, like what makes one shimmer shade better than the other? Just going back in with my little small brush, no extra product. Yeah, I really like this eye. This is really, really pretty. Okay, so time for the lower lash line. Back in with the shade Lust. And then I'm going to take the deepest shade Moody. Same thing. Okay, so this is what both eyes are looking like before lashes. But really quickly, I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do liner and lashes, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, and these are the 2 eye looks I came up with using the new Tarte Maneater eyeshadow palette. Again, look at this gorgeous packaging. I absolutely love everything about this palette. Really quickly, if you're wondering what I have in my lips, I have the Morphe lip liner and Sweetest Tea. And then I have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Hibiscus. And look at this pair. I absolutely love it. Let me go ahead and give you guys a close-up, and then we're going to talk all about this palette. So if I didn't mention in the beginning, this palette retails for $52, which is a steep price. But I mean, everything about this palette is very, very bougie and very, very expensive. And I feel like that's the main reason why high-end eyeshadow palettes are so expensive. It's because of the detail that goes into the packaging. Like for instance, you get this extremely large mirror, and then you get all these beautiful shades. And most of these shimmer shades, not all of them, but most of them have the cheetah print imprint, which makes it so much nicer. And honestly, you guys, everything performed really, really well. Like my expectations were not let down at all, which is always a good thing. So the one thing I didn't do was I didn't do an inner corner highlight on either side. So let me go ahead and do that quick. I always forget to do an inner corner highlight because it's not like a necessity for me. So I always end up forgetting. So there isn't a whole lot of light shimmer shades in the palette. There's a lot of light matte shades, but not shimmers. I'm going to go ahead and take this gold shade right here. This is called Sundown, and I'm going to take this for both sides. So it actually looks more white in the camera than it does in the pan. It looks really gold in the pan. So this is one of the shimmer shades that doesn't have the cheetah print imprint. Okay, so it's definitely super gold on the eye. Honestly, I would have loved to see like a lighter shimmer shade in here, but I mean, the palette overall is still really beautiful. Another thing, I did get a lot of fallout, but that really doesn't matter to me because I just wiped it away with a brush. Again, a very high price point, but if these are your type of shades, then this palette is definitely a winner. I do want to create a look with this green right here because that is a super pretty shimmer shade. So if you guys do want to see me do another look with this palette, please let me know down in the comment section below. If you did end up liking this video, please be sure to give it a big old thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. If there's anything at all that you guys want to see next, please let me know. Fall time is right around the corner, so if you guys want to see some fall looks, let me know. And I could probably actually do a fall look with this palette as well because it does have some fall tones in it. So let me know if that's something you guys are interested in seeing. And yeah, guys, other than that, it's already like 7 o'clock at night, so I'm pretty much gonna have to take this makeup off and get ready for bed. Thank you guys so much for watching and sitting here and hanging out with me today. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day or your night, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.